Let me ask you a question. As the leader of your company, what are you basing your leadership on? What are you leading your people toward? Okay, that may have sounded a little bit philosophical, so let me put it another way. Other than your position as the owner and signer of checks at your company, what causes the people of your team to follow you? Is there anything that causes your team to stick together other than the sheer fact that you employ them? The first time I considered this question, it really troubled me. If I was honest with myself, my main motivation for running and growing my cleaning business was money, power, and ego. Now sure, I wanted to be honest and I wanted to help people, but the overarching motivation for me revolved around me. This realization not only troubled me due to my own selfishness, but also because I realized I couldn't honestly lead from any other motivation when me was really the biggest motivator. And it is hard to fake a purpose in your organization that you really don't believe in. And trust me, your people can sense the contradiction, even if they never mention it to you. So look, put yourself in the shoes of your people for a minute. Could you get motivated to come to work every day if you knew that the primary motivation of the company was to make a bunch of money for the owner? Sure, you may be motivated to get a paycheck for yourself and maybe a raise or more responsibility, but you would long for more. Making the boss wealthy and more powerful is not enough to satisfy the need that you have to do something that matters. In fact, millennials have brought this frustration front and center. They want to work for a company that has a purpose that they can believe in and fight for. So the answer to this problem lies in leading with conviction. Leaders that can engender a large following of loyal individuals have one thing in common. They lead with an unshaking conviction in a cause of truth that they firmly believe in. And because this cause transcends the leader, it has the ability to unify a lot of people around it. Imagine if every new process, system, or change that was needed to grow your company was backed by a motivation for a cause that nearly everyone in the organization believed in. Instead of fighting the resistance that you often feel in your company, if everyone was united around a certain cause, you may have to hold back on the growth. Now look, I know this is uncomfortable territory for many of you. Trust me, it has been for me as well. But being a leader is often about facing uncomfortable realities and adjusting. If you've been running your company with the primary motivator being you, then you need to take a step back and look at what really matters in life and see how you can refocus your motivation as a leader. And look, society is starving for leaders that are doing just this thing. So what does this look like in your janitorial company? Well, that's not really a question that I can answer, but instead it's something that you and your team must wrestle with. But when you find the why behind the what you do, you will have the resources to create a solid foundation upon which to build your organization.